Have you ever felt victim to Google overspending your budget? Or perhaps have you ever felt that fear of constantly having to check your accounts again and again and again and having to refresh the page just to make sure you're not going to overspend? Hey guys, Silvio Perez from AdConversion, and in today's video, I'm going to show you 2 quick and easy ways you can protect your Google Ads budget so you can avoid overspending on Google Ads. These 2 quick and easy ways that I'm going to share with you have been a game changer for me. This has allowed me to go from just managing a couple of accounts and overwhelmed and stressed and constantly having to check the accounts again and again and refreshing it just to make sure I don't have to overspend my clients' budgets. From that all the way to managing 15 plus accounts with ease of mind and peace of mind, understanding that I'm not going to overspend and I can redirect that mental energy that I used to expend on things that don't really matter as much, like overspending your budget, which is something that can be easily taken care of with these 2 easy ways that I'm going to talk about, and allowed me to shift that energy and that focus to things that do matter, like strategy, optimization, and most importantly, getting ahead of the competition. Way number 1 you can protect your Google Ads budget is using automated rules. Now, if you're not familiar with what automated rules are, they allow you to make changes in your account automatically within a daily, weekly, or monthly time frame, depending on the conditions and settings you choose. Now, without further ado, I'm going to show you how you can protect your budget with automated rules.
To get started with automated rules, go ahead and hop into your Google Ads account, and then once you're in there, click on Tools and Setting, which is on the upper right-hand side. And then once you click on Tools and Settings under Bulk Actions, it's the 3rd column, you're going to click on Rules right here. So go ahead and click on Rules, and then this is going to open up the Automated Rules window. Here's where we're going to be able to create our automated rule to pause our campaigns once we've exceeded our monthly total. So to get started, you're going to click on that blue plus sign, and this is going to open up all the different types of automated rules you can run. As you can see here, you have a lot of options. For the sake of this video, I'm only going to show you how to set up a monthly automated rule to make sure that we don't exceed our monthly budget, but I definitely recommend that you guys learn more about automated rules. You can do a lot of great automations in terms of managing your account and optimizing your account utilizing automated rules. So moving forward, go ahead and click Campaign Rules, and then from here, under Select an Option, we're going to click Pause Campaigns. As you can see here, you can set up automated rules to turn on campaigns, to change budgets depending on the day, for example, and even to send you email alerts if in the case that, let's say, a keyword hasn't generated a certain amount of conversions and it's spent a certain amount, it can send you alerts on underperforming keywords, underperforming ads, and so on and so forth. So you can get really crazy and advance with your optimization and your account management utilizing automated rules. But again, for the sake of our example here and setting up a monthly budget, automated rule, we're going to go ahead and set that to pause campaigns. Then from there, you have some different options on how you can apply this. You can either apply it to all enabled campaigns, which is all the active campaigns in your account. You can have it set to all enabled and all pause campaigns, which is a little redundant in our case because we are only trying to pause campaigns, so we're going to ignore that one. And then the last one is to select campaigns. So you can go ahead and choose specific campaigns that you want to go ahead and make sure that are paused. But again, in the case of our account, we want to make sure all campaigns are paused so we're not exceeding our monthly total. And one more thing, just so you guys know, if you click on Add down here under the conditions and you type label, if you have certain labels for certain campaigns, you can get even more specific on how you pause campaigns or how you utilize your rules based on the labels you're applying to those campaigns. That's just some food for thought. But for our case and setting up our automated rule for a monthly budget, we're going to leave that towards all enabled campaigns, and then under condition, go ahead and click Add, click on Performance, and then click on Cost. And we're going to set our monthly total here. Make sure that you leave the greater than sign because that's the condition that we want to work with here. So go ahead and enter your monthly total. So let's say, for example, your monthly total is $1,000 a month. What I like to do is, if my monthly total is $1,000 a month and I don't want to exceed $1,000 a month for my monthly Google Ads budget, I like to set $20 less. So I'll go ahead and set $980 as my condition. And then click Apply. And then next thing is we want to define the frequency of how often our rule is going to occur. There's different frequencies you can choose here. You can have it run once. Once rules are usually more so applied to one-time things like pausing campaigns or ads. Let's say if you're running a promo or a special offer and it's only for a short amount of time, you can go ahead and set an automated rule to pause that ad for you on a one-time basis. So that's usually when I have found that I use the once frequency. You can also set daily, which is every day at the time you specify here. This rule is going to run and it's going to scan your account based on this condition, and it's going to see, okay, based on all these enabled campaigns, have we exceeded $980? And if in the case it has, it's going to go ahead and pause all your campaigns. And that's what we're going to work with here is daily. We want to make sure we're running this rule on a daily frequency, so that way we're always on top of our monthly total so that we are not exceeding our cost. But just so you guys know as well, you can also set a weekly frequency and a monthly frequency as well. But we're going to leave that towards daily. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and adjust your time settings. I usually like to leave this at 3 a.m. Eastern time. That's usually when Google Ads updates and the data from the previous day is active. So then from next thing, you're going to change using data from, and we want to make sure we change this to the same month. Again, this is a monthly budget automated rule, and we want to make sure that it's pulling all the campaign data, the cost data for that month. Because if we have this based on the previous day, if you didn't spend more than $980 yesterday, which is what we don't want, right? We want to spend that in a month. It's only going to go based on last day's information. So we want to make sure we keep this towards the same month. So every day at 3 in the morning, this rule is going to run, and it's going to check based on all my active campaigns, have we spent more than $980 this month? And if in the case that you haven't, it's not going to pause your campaigns. And if in the case that you have exceeded $980, it's going to go ahead and pause all your active campaigns. And then last but not least, guys, just go ahead and name this. You can name it monthly budget automated rule or whatever you like, just as long as you remember it. And then next, go ahead and click preview. So in the case of this account, I'm on a training account. There's no active campaigns in this one, but when you click preview, it's going to go ahead and look at all your active campaigns, and your campaigns are going to populate right here, and it's going to tell you whether or not your rule would fire based on your current total. So then once you click preview, everything looks good. Just click save rule, and then there you go. Your monthly budget automated rule is running. Now, another thing too, if in the future you ever decide, hey, I want to go ahead and update this rule, maybe you increase budget or maybe you decrease budget, all you got to do is just go back to tools and settings, open up this automated rules window again. On the far right hand side, you click on edit, and you'll be able to adjust all the settings that you just entered. As well as if in the case that you're just done with this rule, you just don't want it to run anymore, all you got to do is click here on this edit button on the left hand side, and you can click pause or even remove. So that's it. That's how you set up an automated rule to make sure that you are not exceeding your budget every single month. Your automated rule is going to check for you on a 24-hour basis to make sure you're not exceeding your cost total. And this gives you a lot of peace of mind in terms of not overspending your budget.
The second way you can protect your Google Ads budget is using budget scripts. Scripts are very similar to automated rules, where they can both make changes in your account automatically based on the conditions you set, but the main advantage of using scripts versus rules is scripts run on an hourly frequency versus automated rules can only run on a daily frequency. The other advantage of scripts are greater customization in your automation by being able to write custom code. Now, if you're freaking out right now thinking to yourself, wait a second, I don't know how to write code, don't worry, neither do I. There are plenty of pre-written scripts already created for you out there on the internet, and all you have to do is find them and then copy and paste them into your account and change a few little things and you're ready to go. Now, the budget script that I recommend that you use and that I personally use and absolutely love and have been using for a while now is a script that's been created from Optimizer, specifically from Frederick Valles from Optimizer. He wrote this script and he put it out there online for all of us to be able to benefit from, so huge shout out to him. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you step by step how to get set up with this budget script by Optimizer. And if in the case that you wanna follow along and you wanna access this script, I'm gonna put that script and the link to where to get it down below in the description box. So go ahead and check out the description box, pause this video, and then open up that link to the article. That way you can follow along with getting this script set up.
In order to get started setting up the monthly budget script by Optimizer, go ahead and click on the description box down below and open up this article. I'll have it linked down below for you, but just go ahead and click on that link and open up this article so you can follow along, and then that way you'll be able to just copy and paste the script code, which I'll show you how to do in just a second. Also, if in the case that you prefer to read versus watch the video to set up this script, then I highly recommend you check out this article by Frederick Valles, the CEO of Optimizer. He did a really great job of outlining it in a very easy to follow manner. So without further ado, let's get started. Go ahead and scroll down on this page and go down to script settings and click on copy of the script code from Bitbucket. This is going to redirect us to bitbucket.org, and this is the script code which we're going to paste into our account. So again, you don't need to know coding. All you need to do is change a few lines of text, which I'm going to show you just now. But you can see this whole entire script is already written for us. So all we got to do is just copy it into our account. So then from here, click on Raw. And then on your keyboard, click Command A on a Mac. And if you're on Windows, click Control A. And then click Command C on a Mac to copy. And if you're on Windows, Control C. And then I need you to go back into your Google Ads account so we can paste this script in. Once you're back in your Google Ads account, click on Tools and Settings on the right-hand side. And then under Bulk Actions, click Scripts. And then from here, we're going to open up the script window. And then click on this blue plus sign to create a new script. And then once this loads, we're going to be able to paste in that script code, which we just copied from Bitbucket, right here into our Google Ads account. And then we're just going to change a few lines of text, and we'll be off to the race in terms of setting this up. All right, so this is what you should see for a new script. It should say unnamed script, and you should have a few lines of code here. Just go ahead and delete that with your keyboard, and then right here, click Command V on the Mac to paste it in, or Control V on a Windows to paste in that code. And there you go. Now you have all the script code pasted in to your account. And just something to mention really quick too, just make sure that you pasted it in correctly. So just double check and make sure it reflects the actual code. But once this is all pasted in, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to name this script. So I like to call it monthly budget, but you can call it whatever you like. And then from there, we're going to change a few lines of code in this script to make sure that it's customized for our needs. So right here on the top, scroll all the way to the top, under settings, you're going to see here it says current setting.scope equals account. What that means is this script is going to be looking at your information account wide. So in the case of this script, it's a monthly budget script. So it's going to be looking at your cost data account wide, which is what we want because we don't want our account to exceed our monthly cost. That way we can stay within budget. So that's fine. Leave that as is. Then the next thing is current setting.maxCost equals get float. And then in that number, or in those parentheses, there's a number. And if in the case for you, there is no number, it'll be like this. That's where you're going to enter in your monthly budget, the number that you do not want to exceed. So going back to the example of $1,000, I'm going to put 980 because I'd rather underspend than overspend just to be safe. So I'll go ahead and put 980 because I do not want to exceed $1,000 a month. But if in the case you want to just put 1,000, that's fine as well. That's just something I do to just be a little bit safer. But I'm going to go ahead and put here as 980 as my total. So once my account spends $980 within that month, this script is going to pause all my campaigns. That way I do not overspend. Then the next line, it's going to say here current setting.budget period equals monthly. That's perfect. We want to go ahead and leave that to monthly because this is a monthly budget script. And then the next thing, it says current setting.label name equals quotation. What we want to do here is we want to set a label name because we have to go ahead and label our campaigns so that way this script understands which campaigns we have to pause in order to not exceed our monthly budget. So the one that I always like to use is active. So you can just go ahead and type in active, and that's the label that we're going to create in just a second and tag all our active campaigns with. So then once you created the label name, the next line, it says stopped by budget script. Leave that as is. That just means that when this script fires and it actually pauses your campaigns, it's going to label all the campaigns that it paused with a script called stopped by budget script, which is totally fine. So just leave that as is. And then the next thing is current setting.email. This is where you're going to enter in your own email address where you'd like to be notified every time this script runs. So that's a really cool thing too about automation in this monthly budget script is you have the peace of mind knowing that this script is going to be running every hour on the hour, making sure you're not exceeding your monthly cost that you enter here. And once it does execute the script and it does pause your campaigns, you're going to get emailed from yourself. You're going to get an email from yourself on your own behalf because you're going to connect your email to this script in just a second. But you're going to be emailed saying that the script is fired and this is how much you spent when the script was executed versus your total that you entered. So this really gives you complete peace of mind knowing that, hey, I can focus on things that matter like strategy and improving my accounts while this script is taking care of exceeding my monthly budget. So it's really great and it's running every hour on the hour in the background. So go ahead and enter in your email where you'd like to be notified. So I'm just going to put your email at gmail.com for examples. And then the next thing is current setting.pause items. Leave this as yes. That means that it's going to pause the campaigns that you labeled. We want to leave that as is, so that way we don't overexpend. And then the last one is completely optional. This is current setting.reenable items. It's currently set to yes. What this means is that after all your campaigns have been paused, once the next month starts, the new monthly period starts, if you leave this set to yes, it's going to go ahead and re-enable all those campaigns that it paused that are labeled with the active label that we're going to create in a second. If you want your campaigns to be re-enabled by the script every single month, then leave this as yes. If not, then you can go ahead and just delete this and type no. So I'm going to leave it as yes. And then once you have that set, all you got to do here is click preview. So click preview on the bottom right hand side. And it's actually not gonna do anything, which is fine because we need to authorize it now. So once you click preview, click on this down arrow right here and then click authorize. And then click on your email address and just give this script permission to send an email as you and to be able to manage your campaigns on your behalf. So then once you have it authorized, all you're going to do is you're going to click preview again just to make sure it's running properly. And right now it's loading, it's executing the script. And you can see here it says change description, label added, stop by budget script monthly, successful. That's good. That's what we want to see. And then if you click on logs, it's going to show you right here on the bottom, account cost is currently $0 and this does not exceed the allowed budget for the account. If in the case that you're currently running campaigns and you have cost data for the month, it'll tell you whatever your account cost data is here, and whether or not it exceeds the total that you set, it will tell you whether or not it's going to fire. So that's perfect. Now just go ahead and click that arrow again and then click close. And then last but not least, we need to set our frequency for this script. So we're going to go ahead and click this little arrow or this little pencil under frequency, and then we're going to switch this from daily to hourly and then click save, and that's it. The script is set up where it's going to be running every hour on the hour, checking your account cost total, making sure you're not exceeding the total that you set in the script. Now there is one more thing that we have to do, and that's adding the label to our campaign. But just a quick reminder, the advantage of using the script versus the automated rule is the script runs every hour versus the automated rule only runs every 24 hours on a daily basis. So with the script, your chances of overspending are a lot less because it's checking more frequently. If in the case that you're running a smaller account and overspending isn't something that usually happens, an automated daily rule it'll work just fine for you. But if in the case you're running a higher volume account, you have higher cost per clicks, and you have a lot more seasonality in your campaign frequency and how many clicks you get on a daily basis, running the monthly budget script on an hourly basis is going to work better for you because your chances based on your account are a lot more likely to overspend. So that's just a quick side note for you guys. So from here, let's go ahead and hop back into our campaigns. You can click GC on your keyboard. It's a quick shortcut. And then once we're here back in our campaigns, we're going to add a label that we created in the script, so that way the script knows what campaigns to pause. So click on columns, modify columns, go down to attributes, label. I like to move this all the way to the top and then just click apply. And then now we're going to create a label and we're going to apply it to this campaign. So click on the campaigns that you have that you'd like the script to pause, and then click on label, click new label, and then we're going to name this active because that's what I named the label name under the script information. So if you followed along with what I did and you named it active as well, then just type in active and you'll be all set. And if in the case that you named it something else, just type in whatever it is that you named it and then click create and then apply. And there you go. You can see tutorial campaign has the label active. So now when I enable this campaign, I have the script running in the background. And if the tutorial campaign exceeds $980 within that monthly period, it's going to get paused and I'm going to get emailed automatically saying that the campaign was paused.
That is it for this video. I hope you got tremendous value from it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to thumbs up the video. And if you want to get notified of future Google advertising content, click that bell notification icon down below. And if there are any topics that I haven't covered yet that you'd like me to make a video on, feel free to drop that in the comment box down below or connect with me online at AdConversion and you can send me a DM and I'll be more than happy to connect with you there as well. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care.